y'all? Welcome to another edition of Gen Sports Corner back at you for December 14th, 2023. I'm your host, Jen. This is my co-host for the day. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, Jen? This is Will. What's going on?
There we are, man. We here to talk some sports, specifically
Definitely, bro.
boxing. There was some big news that came out this week. So we'll go ahead and go to this 135-pound division first and look at Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, man. So recently, Devin Haney had a fight with Regis Prograis at 140. So excuse me, not 135, 140. And
140.
it was a boxing clinic. So he won hands down. But then it comes out, they weighed in at 140, but come fight night, Prograis went up 17 pounds to 157. And how heavy do you think Devin Haney was on fight night?
I think it was heavier than that, to be honest with you.
So I think Prograis put on about 16, 17 pounds, and Devin Haney 25 pounds overnight.
I was going to say right around between 15 and 20, somewhere in there.
So he went from a $140 on the weigh-in to a $165. He was almost a super middleweight come fight night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that as long as you meet weight on the day of weigh-in, then whatever happens after that, it doesn't matter. So, but that's the key. When the weight there, you have to come in at that weight.
Yeah, and this was a fight that I didn't cover this fight. I didn't do a prediction because weight put aside, we'll circle back to that. I just thought that Prograis had one too many flaws to be able to make it over the course of 12 rounds and win the fight. So 3 reasons. 1, he has the shorter reach. 2, he's shorter in height. And then 3, 2 is he has slow feet. And then 3, Devin Haney's just a bigger guy. All right. So he's a better technical boxer. So you have the bigger guy who's a better technical boxer, has better defense, and he's coming in with 8 pounds on you, right?
Right.
You're at 165. Not surprised. So that being said, I want your take on this. And this is my opinion. If you're a fighter, if he's fighting at 140, there should be a rehydration clause. You shouldn't be anywhere more than a $150 come fight night. What do you think about that thing?
I agree too. I think they should put parameters on from the day you weigh in to the actual fight time, because these guys do everything they can to beat weight. They sweat it out. They go on the sauna. I've seen a lot of these guys train at my gyms, and but then come fight day, they're nowhere near that weight. And I think it's a little unfair. If both fighters are coming in at the same weight, then I can take that. But if there's a difference of 15 to 20 pounds from one boxer to another, that makes a big difference.
It's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Huge difference, yes.
And I think a lot of people don't realize this. They're like, oh, yeah, like 8 pounds, it ain't nothing. 8 pounds may not. When you're talking about lower weight classes, right? We're talking about like 120, 126, 123. A difference.
Lightweights, those guys, yeah.
Right. They're not going to rehydrate to anything more than like a $140. The only time we've seen something really egregious was with Orlando Salido and Vasily Lomachenko. Salido came in at like a $148. He was damn near a welterweight. You're fighting at a buck like in the 120s or whatever. Right. But it's rare that you see that in the lower weight classes because they're so close in weight. But like at the higher ones, you have a difference of like 8 to 10 pounds. Now it becomes a big freaking deal. Like 155 compared to 165 or 170, that's like night and day.
Of course. Right, people, the average. I don't think the average boxer fan really, gets into that technicality of the weight, but I think it makes a big factor at the end of the day. You got more power behind that punch, so I think it changes the outcome of the fight and of the fighter itself. So
it definitely changed the outcome, which is why I think that and Tank Davis, he mentioned this. He said, "Y'all want me to fight Devin Haney? Is there going to be a rehydration clause? Like he going to go up to a $160 come fight night? Like I'm not stupid. I'm not doing that. Like he's cool. All right. So and that's one of the reasons why I'm not sure if they'll ever fight, because he probably if you're coming into the fight at the same weight as Errol Spence does for a lot of his fights, Come on now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So that's why I think that I don't think Devin Haney is going to be at 140 for more than another 3 fights. I think he moves up to 147. That's
I
like
don't think there'll even be 3 fights, to be honest with you. I think but maybe one more and he's got move up.
he's still able to do it because he's young. He's only like 25. So
Right.
like you can do it in your 20s. Like Canelo Alvarez did it for a long while with the catch weights.
Yes.
Like he looked like Skeletor sometimes, but he still get away with it because he's like 28, 29, 30, even 31.
Right.
Too hard.
Right. Yeah, but this is definitely the age for it to do it. Right? I think once after 25, it's if you can do it before 25, it's definitely the right time to do it.
Yeah, I think we saw that. Now I'm not saying he'll win in a rematch, but I think that's part. It's a different fighter. I think that's part of what we saw with Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford.
Right.
They both struggled to make 147, but Errol Spence struggled way more than Terrence Crawford did, and you saw it on his face. Even when he was getting hit, when the blood came out, it was thick. It was viscous. Right. It's not normal. Right. You're dehydrated. You're dried out, and now you have like the concussive effects of those punches are amplified exponentially now.
Correct.
So I think that's one of the reasons why we may or may not see Shakur Stevenson fight Devin Haney, but I think we may see Ryan Garcia try to get a shot at Devin Haney because Ryan Garcia is at 140, and he's a bigger boy too. So that's the one I'm looking for. So what do you think about? I don't know if you saw the fight. Ryan Garcia had a so-so performance in his last fight, and his first fight at 140 under Errol Spence's trainer.
Yeah, look, he looked a little like you said, he didn't look like himself. Yeah, but I think he'll. I think it's a good class for him. I think he'll see a better fight next time. I like Ryan Garcia. I think he's on his way to the top. So, and I see that happening probably, by mid next year. He should be up there, ranked #1. He's an exciting boxer. I like him a lot.
Same. I really thought that I liked the fight he had with Tank Davis. I thought that he did the things he was supposed to early on, but then he got wild. You had him hurt in the second round, and instead of taking your time, chasing your prey down, you want to throw 4 left hooks in a row like it's not going to be predictable, and you got dropped. But that's not a lack of talent. That's here.
Yeah. That's the mental part of the sport, right?
Yeah,
and that'll come with more, with maturity and then more fights, But I think he's on the right track, and if he works on the mental part of his boxing skills, I think we'll see him at the top for a long time.
No, I think that he's at 140 now. He had his first fight at 140, getting used to the weight. His defense, he got to tighten that stuff up. I think he should have 2 more fights with an average level opponent, and then go up in competition. And then once you have your stuff solidified, then look for Devin Haney, because Devin Haney gonna be sitting at 140 now for a little bit.
Right.
So y'all were supposed to fight back at 130, 135, and y'all, he was too much into social media, got off track, and then before you know it, he blinked his eyes, and Devin Haney's undisputed champion at 130, right? Or 135, whichever weight class it was. Now you're trying to find your way back into the conversation, right? So I think this is a good opportunity for him to sharpen up his fundamentals while not having to get pushed in the fire too quick. So by the time he faces a Haney or a possible rematch with a Tank, he's ready to go.
And I think that's what he's probably preparing himself to do. I think he really wants the rematch against Tank, and I think everybody wants to see that as well. So we'll be all looking forward to that one.
Yeah, because the guy he fought, I forgot what nationality he is. He's nothing special, straight up and down, no special effects, but the dude got power, and he be stalking. And he was on Ryan's ass for that fight. And Ryan was able to beat him off of pure physical talent, even though he was doing a lot of things wrong defensively. He's going to learn with time how to use his height properly instead of crouching down and fighting shorter than he needs to.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So, that's him. And then the last guy, Shakur Stevenson, he had a fight that was a little bit underwhelming, and then it comes out later that he had a possible or maybe verified broken hand in the fight. So that's why he wasn't throwing his right hand. What do you think about his last fight if you saw it?
No, I missed his last fight. I was away, but I saw some of the highlights, and yeah, he didn't look like himself.
Yeah.
And most of course, since he was like 17,
Oh wow.
at one of my gyms, yeah. And I said, man, this kid's gonna, he's gonna definitely be a superstar. So he wasn't himself, or just from the highlights that I saw. And there was some definitely going on. I don't know whether it was his hand, his wrist, but there was something that was bothering. I couldn't figure it out since I didn't see the whole fight. I just saw bits and pieces through the highlights. But yeah,
Right.
he's definitely someone to reckon with for years to come. I mean, like I said, I knew he was going to be a superstar from the age of 17 when I first met him, at my gym. And just a great guy, great human being. Also, he was a good kid then, and
So
I
that's
really,
actually it's unique that you knew him. So I have to ask you, top three qualities. It could be physical in the ring or just personality wise. Top three qualities. What do you think um makes him destined for greatness from what you saw when he was at your gym?
from a young age, when they say you're just a natural at something, that's what I saw. He was just a natural. The way he moved at the ring at such a young age, his footwork was unbelievable, and of course the speed, which is incredible as well. So I saw that at a young age. I said, boy, he's definitely special because that comes with experience and age. A lot of those things, and he had it
Absolutely.
early on, and it was just I was just in awe when I met him, and I said, boy, he's something special. And so and behold, everybody thinks so. And yeah, he'll be in the game a few more years, and he'll stay on top as well. So
Yeah, I'm
we'll
curious to
see some more
see.
great fights from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see because he's still sitting at 130 to 135. I'm curious to see if him and Tank Davis ever cross paths because that's the fight right there.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I think a lot of people are hoping. We'll see if Shakur. Shakur is more on the slimmer side, so we'll see if he can put on that kind of weight and still stay fast. So that would be my only concern with him going up on weight. So we'll see.
I think he'll hold the weight well up until about 140 pounds.
Maybe that's what I want to see. I would
I
like to
think,
see how he handles that. Like I said, he has a slender frame, so
yeah,
we'll see if he can handle the weight and still keep the speed and accuracy.
I
That's what
think
I.
he will. I think he will.
Yeah.
I think if they fight at 135, I favor Shakur. Now, this has always been my
Oh, of
opinion.
course, of course.
I think now he is. You take Ryan Garcia and you take Shakur Stevenson. They both have a very, very great skill set. Ryan more offensively. Shakur has great offense, but his defense is his wheelhouse, right? But
Right.
Shakur, he stands tall. He uses his length. He uses his jab. He don't give you, you get no freebies with him.
Right.
So I think that poses major problems for Tank because I like Tank as a fighter. I think he's phenomenal, but he gets hit a lot. He's never
Oh
had
yeah.
to pay the bridge toll yet.
Right.
He almost paid it against Ryan, but Ryan had a moment of, he just went off. He saw red and then he just forgot how to box for like 2 seconds. That's not going to happen with Shakur. Shakur going to sit there.
No.
If I got to win going around the ring and boxing, you make you look silly, I do that. If the knockout
Right.
come out, it come. But I just don't
Right.
know how he gets on the inside against Shakur through that defense. Because you come to throw that right, because he's a southpaw, you come in with
Right.
that against that long jab, he gonna make you pay that
Yeah.
toll too many times, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100% on all those facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy I'm really excited at that 135. I don't know if you know much about William Zepeda. You've seen him. I don't know if you've seen him fight. That's another guy I'm keeping an eye on at that 135 weight.
Yes. Yes. That's
You know what I'm
another.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he can be you know,
What
he
things?
could be
What things
a
do you like about
superstar.
him? I haven't seen him a lot. What are things that stick out to you about
Oh
him?
man, just the one thing that sticks out to me is his outside of the physical skill. I think it's the IQ that he has about boxing that really stands out to me, and that's what makes him stand out over some of the other guys at the 135 out of those top 10 guys. His boxing IQ is high, and that's that's a great thing to have when you're in the ring. So and outside of the physical skills he moves well. So he's a very exciting fighter, and I hope to see a lot more of him. I think he'll do some big things. A lot of people don't talk about him. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with him, but I think
See
the
what
more
I'm
you
doing
see
right
him, the more you're
now.
going to start liking him.
I'm writing down my notes from what you tell me. I'm going to look at his highlights today.
Yes.
Check this
Just
guy out.
Google his stuff. Google some of his fights, and you'll see. I think you'll be fascinated too by some of the stuff you'll see from him.
Hell yeah,
But
man.
So that's at 135. I tell you, the 135 division is a fun division to watch. I get excited when any of those guys, any of the top 10 guys fight there. It's usually, you see some good, like I call it old school boxing. So it's a very exciting division for me at 135.
Yeah, I mean, from what you're saying, I think with Zepeda and then obviously Tank and Shakur and maybe Loma or Haney, if he wants to come back down, can get real spicy at that division.
Yeah, definitely. Great class and great weight class, and we got some a lot of future there. That you can go up that list, those top 10 at the 135, and it's a very exciting time for the lightweight division. So.
Certainly, man. As we transition from boxing, I'll be talking some more boxing coming up because you're going to have Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury in February.
Right.
That's the big boy coming up. So
yeah.
So we'll maybe we get another episode to talk about that. But with that said, people in the comments, like, share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. You know how to get down. And let us know what fights you want to see. What do you think about what we said? Do you agree, disagree? Are we talking out our ass? Like, let us know. With that being said, let's transition over to the NFL. All my football heads, you see the hat, you see the gear right now. We lost 3-0 like some idiots, but we're going up against the Chargers, who just lost Justin Herbert. And then you got the Eagles trying to bounce back and the Giants somehow getting the victory. Let's talk about that. I don't know how the fuck y'all won, but
everybody's excited about Tony Cutler. It's good to see that they at least they're going to end the season strong. I think they still have a slight chance of making the playoffs. I mean, everyone's very excited up in East Rutherford for the Giants right now, and I'm happy for Tommy DeVito. He's playing some good football, and so we'll see. Hopefully, they can finish strong this season.
So is he a quarterback like who came in?
Yeah, he's the quarterback. He's the third stringer. So. He's doing this thing right now. He's a local guy, a New Jersey guy. He played at Don Bosco. He lives about 10 minutes away from the stadium, so he still lives at home with his mom. Just a nice, cool kid. From Jersey. He played his college football up in Syracuse.
Wow.
Yeah. So really exciting times for him. I hope he's doing well. He's putting on a good show and. Like I said, New Jersey's excited. North Jersey, at least, is excited for the Giants. He's 3-1 in his first four starts. So I mean, that's pretty good.
I mean, that's certainly encouraging. I mean, right now, I'm looking at the standings. You guys are 5-8, and you win this tiebreaker over Chicago. The Bears are, where are they at? Bears are 5-8. Yeah, so you have tiebreaker over them. So you have the sixth spot is the Vikings right now at 7-6. It get real interesting come Christmas break. The game's going on because we're playing Seattle, who's in front of you, and which I think we will. You're going to leapfrog them, and the Packers. I don't know if they're going to beat the Rams. But before I even go through that, let's just go down a slate real quick, and then we'll talk about playoffs. So week 15, coming up. We got a bunch of games in the slate. So let's go ahead and look at these games here. Our first one on the docket, we have the Baltimore Ravens playing in Jacksonville. Jaguars are 3-point underdogs. Jaguars, they're cool. I know Trevor Lawrence has been in and out the lineup. He's been nicked up. Ravens are just strong right now. They're one of the top 3 teams in the league for me right now. I think the Ravens are going to.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Ravens are a win. I definitely seen them going deep into the playoffs. I picked them even at the beginning of the year to be a Super Bowl contender. To be honest with you, so they're exciting. like Jackson's doing there. So you'll see some good things from them. And like I said, don't be surprised if you see them in the Super Bowl. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, but I'm not. They have a very, very good team.
Yeah, I would not be surprised either. So I think we're both going with the Ravens here. Next game on the slate, we got the Dallas Cowgirls playing in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowgirls are 2-point underdogs. What do you think about this?
Dak's playing good football right now. He picked a good time to get hot these last 3-4 games. As long as they could hold up in the cold weather up in Buffalo, man, I think the Cowboys will come out on top. So
okay,
they're playing good ball right now. So.
I'll be the contrarian here. I'm picking the Bills, not because I hate the Cowboys per se. I just think the Bills have, in all seriousness, Cowboys are a very, very strong team right now. But I think the Bills, after getting rid of that offensive coordinator who was just awful, they have turned it around like that.
Yeah.
So I think the Bills probably beat the Cowboys by like 3 points. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Okay. This should be fun. Definitely is going to be a good game. So.
Next game on the docket we got is the Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns in the dog pound. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. I like the Bears. I like the Bears with Justin Fields back healthy. I think Cleveland, they've been kind of rough since Deshaun Watson went down.
Right. Well, yeah, that was that's the bad luck they had this year. I thought I had them, as a strong contender, but when Deshaun went down, it really changed things around. So, I agree with you. I think the Bears are probably going to take that game.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that matchup there with the Bears over the Browns.
So we got the Bears over the Browns, and then the next game we got. We're staying on Sunday. I'll go to Saturday after this. We got Tampa Bay playing at Green Bay, 1 o'clock in Lambeau. I like Tampa. I think Green Bay. I like what Jordan Love's been doing. But you got Watson out at wide receiver. Jaden, I think Jaden Reed, he might not be playing. So it's like, where are your wide receivers at first and foremost? And then Tampa Bay, look, Baker Mayfield, he's not Joe Montana, but he been quietly having a nice year. Just gonna say that.
Yes, yeah.
Mike Evans.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one to the Packers just because they're at home. The cold weather, I think, always favors them. So I'm gonna go with the Packers on that one.
Okay, so we got split on that one. Next game we got Houston Texans playing in Tennessee in Nashville, Nissan Stadium, 1 o'clock. What you got, bro?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Titans on that one. I don't know even what to say about that game, but I think I'm gonna take the Titans on that one.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to agree with you here. And Houston's hot. I think the Titans, after that, they had that 3-point win over. I forgot who it was last week, but they look like they got fighting. Yes,
that's why I see that. So that's why I'm going with them. I did see some of that game, and I said, boy, they impressed me a little bit. I haven't seen much of them this year. But I'm gonna have to go with the Titans. They beat the Dolphins by a point. So and that was big. So I think that hot they come in there so high off of that victory, and I think they're gonna beat the Houston decisively on that game.
Absolutely, I'm with you there. So let's go ahead and fly through the rest of these real quick so we can get to the Eagles, Giants, and Raiders. So next on the docket we got New York Jets playing at Miami. I'm going with the Dolphins, man.
Same thing. Even with Hill's ankle issue, I still think that the Dolphins have a pretty easy game with that one. So that's to me, it's a no-brainer there.
Oh yeah. So let's go through the next, and then you just pick Kansas City playing at New England. Who you got?
Yeah, that's another easy one that I think Kansas City. I think they're gonna have just a big game up there in New England, and
I'm right with you,
that's
man.
I'll go with the Chiefs on that.
Next game we got Atlanta Falcons playing in Carolina. Who you got, man?
I'll go with this. I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this one. Yeah,
same. Next game we got the Washington Commanders. Oh my goodness, they suck. Versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with the Commanders, actually.
Are you? I'm gonna go with the Rams at home. So I think that should be. You would never know. The Commanders might surprise us. Man. You never know. But
Yeah.
if I had a bet, though, I'll definitely take the Rams on that one.
Okay. The next one on
Yes.
the list, we got San Francisco 49ers playing in the desert. Glendale versus the Cardinals. I'm going with my Sanford here.
49ers are just playing some great football, bro. It's just hard to stop them right now. I can't see them losing for the rest of this season, really. So, 49ers on that.
And then we got our Saturday games. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals in this game. They've been picking it up lately.
Well, it depends. If Dobbs has a good game, I think Minnesota has a chance. He's probably one of the surprises of this year quarterbacking, but I'm gonna go with Minnesota on that one.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it'll be a close game. Next
one, it's gonna be a close game. I don't think it'll be a runaway for either one of them.
No,
but I think the Vikings will come out on top.
4:30, we have Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going Colts here.
All right, I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay.
Big Ben. He's winding up his troops, and I think they're gonna put on a great show.
Come on, brother. Big Ben ain't playing no more, man.
But he gave them a motivational speech. So I think that's gonna motivate the Steelers, and
okay,
he was in there talking to them, man, and I think that's gonna motivate these Steelers to put up a good game. But I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Okay. All right, next.
I mean, even though they lost to the Patriots last week, I mean, they should have had that game, but we'll see.
They should have.
Let's see. Yeah, they should have.
Next game, we got Denver Broncos versus Detroit Lions, 8:15. I'm going.
Yeah, same here. I like the Lions in that game as well.
All right, now we got all the peasants out the way. Let's go to the first game tonight, Thursday, 8:15. Raiders versus Chargers. Justin Herbert is out for the season.
Right.
And we just finished losing 3-0. What do you think the outcome of this game is going to be?
Man. I don't even know what to say, really, but everybody's counting out the Chargers. I think they still have a chance, but I'm gonna take the Chargers on this one for some reason. I am. I'm really gonna take the Chargers over the Raiders.
I am leaning towards the Chargers by like 2 to 3 points.
Like I said,
they're better in the trenches a little bit on offense, and they have the weapons and they have the cohesiveness. I know,
right,
but you got Eckler, you got Keenan Allen, you got Palmer coming back. I think they have more weapons right now.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, Raider Nation. I gotta be honest, fair, and objective. I'm a Raider fan. I call it like I see it, man. Next game, we got the Eagles trying to bounce back on Monday night. Versus
we need them to bounce back. We need the Eagles to bounce back in Seattle. So I think Jalen's he's gonna put on the show. He's gonna have a big game, and I think the Eagles are gonna come out on top. Believe it or not, and I think they're gonna beat the Seahawks pretty handily too. So it's gonna be pretty.
I like the way you think. I ever tell you should run for president, man?
I might take you up on that. But I like the Eagles a lot in that game. I think they're gonna put on the. They're due for a big game. They've had a couple of rough weeks, but I just feel it that they're gonna throw about 42 points up on the scoreboard and just just take it pretty easily over Seattle.
I think if they take AJ Brown's advice and the words out that he said it now, that they stop running these long ass developing routes and actually run shorter routes, I think that changes everything. With the birds here, fly equals fly, man. You know what it is. And then last but not least, let's go to the G-Man. Okay, let's get to the G-Man.
Let's go.
All right. Who are you guys playing this week? You're playing in New York.
Saints. No, they're playing. No, we're playing down at the
You're playing down in NOLA, 1
The
o'clock.
Big Easy down there, the New Orleans.
And I'm gonna tell you, look, you should know. I know exactly who Derek Carr is because he's a long time Raider, man. It's 4. You know what I mean? Put respect.
That's right.
They the Saints are they're mid tier. Some weeks they're really good. Some weeks they're like they kind of. I think the Giants. I think the Giants by like 3 points, man. I think they.
I think the Giants are going to come out on top as well. Like I said, right now they're playing good ball, you know, and I think they're going to take that momentum down to the Big Easy down there, and they're going to put on a good show for the folks down there in New Orleans. So I think, the G-men all the way on this one.
Yeah, I agree, man. And it's. I wonder if Darren Waller's going to come back before the season's out. There was talk that he may be back this Sunday.
Yeah. We'll see.
That would change your fortunes immensely.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's the NFL Week 15. You heard it from us. Right. Don't tell us you didn't hear it. If you bet and you lose money because you says, well, I don't know what to tell you. With that said, that's the episode, man. I'm so grateful for you being on, man. It was a blast, dude. And look, guys, leave your comments, share the word and let us know who you think's going to win, who your team is. Do you want to hear us talk about your team next time? If you're a Cowboys fan, I don't care. We can get on here and argue. I'll put the flames to you. No problem. We're going to have fun. With that being said, I'm your host, Jen. My man, Will, thank you for being on with me, brother. And
thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, bro. We're going to catch you on the next one.
Definitely. Anytime.